Call this meeting to order. Rockledge City Council regular meeting Wednesday, July the 15th, 2026, and it is 6 p.m. City Clerk, you want to call the roll, please?
Mayor Price,
Here.
Councilman Ferguson,
Here.
Councilwoman Martin,
Here.
Councilman Forrester,
Here.
Councilman Dasky,
Here.
Councilwoman Connor,
Here.
City Attorney Vos,
Here.
City Manager Fetra.
Here.
Please stand for invocation tonight by Councilman Dasky, and please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Our Heavenly Father, we come to you. We appreciate. I'd like to ask you to watch over our military as well as our them safe, us safe, loved ones. I'd like to ask you to fence our Rockledge.
All right, we have a special guest, us, Scouts, our pledge, lead us in. Flag.
I pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Appreciate it, Scoutmaster and Scouts. Okay, the council has before them the minutes of the regular meeting, June the 17th, 2020. Pleasure to council.
Mr. Chairman,
Go ahead.
move to approve the minutes of the regular meeting on June 17th, 2026.
Second.
We have a motion, we have a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carries. Present. For you, sir. Hey, thank you for coming out. We appreciate it. And Bavard Indian River Lagoon Coalition, correct? Yes. All right, well, I'm going to present you with $1,500. Hope so.
So for the audience members, each year the city employees and volunteers put on an annual golf tournament. So the funds raised after paying for the golf, et cetera, and the meals, we pick a charity of choice. And so this year, the Indian River Lagoon Coalition was the recipient. And so $23,500 for a golf tournament proceeds is really impressive. So we thank anybody in the audience who participated and/or your support. But for future years, if you wish to participate, please do. Thank you.
All right, go ahead, Craig.
Oh, sorry, thank you very much. This is fantastic. This is a lot more than I expected, so thank you very much. And we, the golf team in the whole city council, we're so thankful to get this. This is a big year for us. We're trying to renew the half-cent sales tax for another 10 years, so that's really what our push is for right now. And I've got some literature here that I'm going to leave behind if anybody wants to pick up some. I'll leave it on the table in the back there, just to get the message out. It's really just to inform you in terms of what's going on with that half-cent sales tax, what's it going for, and a lot of it's going to Rockledge too. So that's a good sign. All the cities are participating. So thank you very much, and that's all I have time.
Congratulations. Thank you. Okay, we have one more presentation, a mayoral proclamation for Mangrove Day 2026. Dr. Laura Wilson. Come on up, Laura. Laura will be accepting this proclamation. Okay, this City of Rockledge, Florida, mayoral proclamation. Whereas mangroves are a keystone species and are iconic feature of Florida coastal ecosystem. And whereas mangroves provide critical habitat for native Florida wildlife, including at least 220 species of fish, 181 species of birds, 24 species of reptiles, 18 mammal species. And whereas throughout Florida, 75% of sport and commercial fish species rely on mangroves. Both recreational and commercial fishing industries represent a massive economic benefit to the state economy and the Indian River Lagoon region. Recreational sport fishing was valued at more than $9.2 billion, and commercial fishing recorded an estimated $197 million in landings in 2020. And whereas mangroves provide more than $50 billion in coastal protection services by acting as natural barriers during extreme weather events, safeguarding private and public lands. And whereas root systems of mangroves can trap sediments and pollutants, absorb excess nutrients, and filter heavy metals and wastewater before they make their way into the Indian River Lagoon. And whereas Florida mangrove population has declined to a fraction of historic levels because of deforestation, development pressures, and severe weather impacts. And whereas many residents of Florida and the Indian River Lagoon region may not understand the ecosystem and economic value that mangroves provide to their community. And whereas communicating the importance of mangroves and their valuable contribution to Florida's way of life can encourage public awareness and an iconic species. And whereas Floridians have an opportunity to help contribute to the restoration of mangrove ecosystems by donating propagules to mangrove nurseries, undertaking safe and legal mangrove trimming practices, and even installing mangroves along their shorelines, and thus further compounding the ecosystem services and economic benefits of the state of Florida. Now, therefore, I, Thomas J. Price, by the authority vested in me as mayor of the city of Rockledge, Florida, do hereby proclaim Sunday, July the 26th, 2026, as Mangrove Day. And this is your proclamation.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Laura Wilson. I'm the Executive Director of Marine Resources Council. We are a nonprofit organization that's dedicated to protecting and restoring the Indian River Lagoon through science, education, and advocacy. Our headquarters is in Palm Bay, but our mission is the entire lagoon and its watershed. And through our work, we really focus on water quality monitoring and reporting, stormwater education and advocacy, and restoring mangrove ecosystems. Today, I'm here to accept the proclamation for Mangrove Day, and so I'd like to take this time to thank you, the council, and the city of Rockledge for your commitment to this educational proclamation and what it represents. Mangrove ecosystems are essential to the health and resilience of our coastlines and waterways. In Florida, mangroves provide an estimated $7.63 billion per year in ecosystem services by mitigating storm damage, supporting recreational and commercial fishing, boosting real estate values, providing clean water, and more. Following Hurricane Ian alone in 2022, mangroves were credited with saving $4.1 billion in damages and cut storm surges by 30%. They sequester 3 to 5 times more carbon from the atmosphere than Amazon rainforests, while also capturing excess nitrogen, phosphorus, and heavy metals. As we just heard, healthy fishing economy relies heavily on mangroves, with these ecosystems supporting fish densities more than 35 times that of seagrass meadows. However, mangroves have been greatly diminished across the state. An estimated population has been reduced by about 84% since the 1950s. So promoting responsible stewardship of mangroves is a good investment to the future of Florida cities that rely on critical ecosystems and shoreline resilience. And so we thank you again for your proclamation today. If anyone is interested in protecting Florida's mangrove ecosystems, we encourage you to stay informed and get involved.
Florida's Department of Environmental Protection website has a wealth of information on the care and the trimming regulations for mangroves. If you border the lagoon, you do not need a permit to plant mangroves on your property. And of course, here at MRC, we have many mature trees available for restoration and planting in both our Palm Bay and Sebastian nurseries with an experienced restoration team to help. If you have any questions or would like to get involved, I'm always available by email, phone, or at the Ted Moorhead Lagoon House in Palm Bay, where we love visitors. Thank you for your time and your commitment to this cause.
Here, Mr. City Manager. Okay, let's move on. We got a full agenda. Financial budget report.
Mr. Chair,
Go ahead.
I move to be in receipt of the financial budget report for the month of June 2026.
Second.
We have a motion. Second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Public hearings, ordinances, resolutions, we have none tonight. Reports from boards and committees.
Mr. Chair, I yield.
Go ahead.
Mr. Chair, I move to be in receipt of the minutes from the following meetings. Community Redevelopment Agency minutes of meetings from June 24th, 2026. Planning Commission minutes of meetings on July 7th, 2026. Finance, Council Finance and Budget Committee minutes of meetings June 10th, 2026. And Council Finance and Budget Committee minutes of meetings June 17th, 6th. And to consider independently any recommendations.
Second.
We have a motion. We second all. Saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, let's go through. Community Redevelopment Agency, no recommendations. Planning Commission, recommendation. Approval of voluntary annexation, one parcel approximately 3 plus or minus acres located in Yellow Place. Voluntary -0. City Manager.
Mr. Mayor, there's a process. Mr. Cooper's ready
Oh,
to do
Mr.
a
Cooper.
presentation after y'all
Staff
accept the
presentation.
recommendation.
Ready? May I move to, do we accept the recommendation first and then open for public hearing?
Yes.
So move. Need a second?
Second.
We have a motion, we have a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Mr. Cooper, name and address for the record.
Thank you, Mayor. My name is John Cooper. My address is 1600 Huntington Lane, Rockledge, Florida 32955. Community Development Director for the City of Rockledge. For the application that you're about to hear, the zoning district amendment and annexation, it's in 3 parts. I'll read one staff report related to all 3 parts, but we'll need 3 public hearings and 3 motions for it. The Planning Department received an application for annexation of a parcel totaling 3.61 acres located at 222 Yellow Place, south of Barnes Boulevard and west of US 1. The annexation request is accompanied by an application to rezone the subject property from Brevard County IU Light Industrial Use Zoning to City of Rockledge IP Industrial Park. Additionally, the applicant has submitted a request to assign a future land use map designation of industrial to the property. The subject property is located within the vicinity of Planning District 7 and contains an existing use that is consistent with the land use categories established in the City of Rockledge Land Development Regulations and Comprehensive Plan. Pursuant to the city's zoning provisions, the IP Industrial Park or M1 light industrial zoning districts may be applied to properties that are being annexed from Brevard County that currently have IU industrial use zoning designation. The existing building orientation and site layout are compatible with the property's current use and provide adequate separation from existing and future surrounding land uses. The applicant does intend to continue the uses that are compatible with IP zoning, and there will be no changes to any of the intensity or density on the property. Based on staff's review of the comprehensive plan and the city's land development regulations, the proposed annexation has been determined to be consistent with the comprehensive plan and compatible with the surrounding areas. Therefore, staff recommends that the city council review the proposed annexation application and make a motion, to approve the application as presented.
Anybody on the council have any questions to Mr. Cooper? This time, I declare this matter open to the public. Anybody that would like to speak on the voluntary annexation of approximately 3.61 plus or minus acres located at 222 Yellow Place, Rockledge, Florida. Anybody like to speak on this annexation? Yes, ma'am. Come forward. Need your name and address for the record.
Good evening. My name is Kelly Delmonico. Address is 355 Spoonbill Lane, Melbourne Beach. I'm here to just introduce myself. I'm the applicant on behalf of the property owners, and I'm here to answer any questions and wanted to say hi.
Okay, great. Thank you very much for coming out tonight then. Anybody else like to speak on this? Seeing none, close the public hearing. What's the pleasure of the council?
Mr. Chair,
Go ahead.
I move to approve the voluntary annexation, voluntary 260001, and to direct the city attorney to draft the requisite ordinance.
Second.
We have a motion. We have a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Now in the city. Thank you. Okay, recommendation. Approval of the comprehensive plan amendment to revise the future land use map to add the land use of one parcel, approximately 3.61 acres, in Planning District 7 located at 222 Yellow Place, Rockledge, Florida, as City of Rockledge Industrial Comprehensive 26-0001.
Mr. Chairman?
Yep.
I'd like to move to accept the recommendation and to open the matter for public hearing.
Second.
We have a motion. We have a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Staff presentation.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. This application, again, is the same property. The designation would be to designate an industrial use, which is appropriate for Planning District 7 and would allow for one of the two industrial uses the city carries. Therefore, staff recommends that the city council review the proposed comprehensive plan amendment and make a motion to approve the application as presented.
Anybody have any questions? Declare this matter open to the public. Anybody like to speak on this annexation and now the change of zoning for the comprehensive plan amendment? Excuse me. Anybody like to speak on this? Seeing none, close public hearing. What's the pleasure of the council?
Mr. Chairman?
Chair.
Yep.
Move to approve the comprehensive plan amendment, comprehensive 26-001, and to direct the city attorney to draft the requisite ordinance.
Second.
We have a motion. We have a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, one more recommendation. Approval of the designation of zoning classification, IP Industrial Park, on one parcel approximately 3.61 acres, Planning District 7, located at 222 Yellow Place, Rockledge, Florida.
Mr. Chair.
Go ahead.
I move to accept the recommendation and open the matter for public hearing.
Second.
Motion, we have a second. All those in favor
Aye.
signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Staff?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Same property, and to add pursuant to the city's zoning provisions, the IP Park and M1 and light industrial zoning districts may be applied to properties annexed from Brevard County and currently have an IU industrial zoning use. Therefore, this is the appropriate use that should be applied for this property. Staff recommends that the city council review the proposed zoning district amendment application and make a motion to approve the application as presented.
At this time, I declare this matter open to the public. Anybody like to speak on the zoning of 3.6? Seeing none, close public hearing. What's the pleasure of the council?
Mr. Chair,
Go ahead.
I move to approve the designation of zoning classification IP Industrial Park and direct the city attorney to draft the requisite ordinance.
Second.
We have a motion? We have a
Second.
Yes, second. I'm sorry, I didn't speak into my mics. So take Dwayne's.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, thank you. You're in the city. Look forward to working with you. Got any issues? Always call my city manager. Don't call me. Okay? Thank you. All right, recommendation number 4, denial of the change of zoning classification from C2 General Commercial District to RMU Redevelopment Mixed Use District on one parcel of approximately 1.01 plus or minus acres in Planning District 2 located at 1029 Florida Avenue, Rockledge.
Mr. Chair,
Go ahead.
I move to open the matter for public hearing.
Second.
We have a motion. We have a second. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Staff.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. For the record, my name is John Cooper. Address is 1600 Huntington Lane, Rockledge, Florida. I'm the Community Development Director for the City of Rockledge. The application is for the subject property at 1029 Florida Avenue and is owned by Space Coast Real Estate Trust. The applicant agent is Mr. Praveen Adikula. The Planning Department has received a zoning district amendment application for a parcel totaling 1.01 acres, addressed as 1029 Florida Avenue, located south of Bougainvillea Drive and the west side of Florida Avenue. The applicant is seeking to rezone the subject property from C2 General Commercial to RMU Redevelopment Mixed Use. The subject property is located within Planning District 2 and is currently zoned C2 Neighborhood Commercial. The surrounding properties are also located within Planning District 2 and are zoned for commercial uses on all sides of the subject property. The intent of Planning District 2 is to promote business development and commercial activity by preserving and enhancing areas designated for commercial land use. The existing C2 zoning of the subject property is consistent with the surrounding development pattern and supports the planning objectives established for that district. Regarding the property located at 1029 Florida Avenue, the city has received 3 separate applications requesting that the property be rezoned to redevelopment mixed use. Each application has been processed in accordance with the city's established public hearing procedures, including review by the Planning Commission and final consideration by the City Council. Following public hearings, the previous applications were denied by both Planning Commission and the City Council. In each case, city staff recommended denial based on the proposal's inconsistency with the city's adopted comprehensive plan. Specifically, the comprehensive plan provides the following policy guidance regarding residential development in the redevelopment mixed-use area. As you can see on the map, existing residential development shall be retained on Florida Avenue. New residential development will be allowed in the redevelopment mixed-use area as defined as follow. It gives the boundaries north, city limits, Dixie Lane to the south, US Highway 1 to the west, and Florida Avenue to the east, which comprises approximately 16.2 miles. That's the area that our comprehensive plan, acres, not miles. That'd be a lot. That is the area that our comprehensive plan includes for RMU and for residential development. The subject property, as you can see on the map, is a red box at the bottom, is located south of Dixie Lane and therefore lies outside the geographic boundaries established by the comprehensive plan for new residential development within the RMU area. As a result, the requested rezoning is not consistent with the adopted comprehensive plan, which served as the primary basis for staff's recommendation of denial. The applicant has also asserted that the property may qualify under Florida's Live Local Act. However, the Live Local Act does not require local governments to approve rezoning requests. Rather, the act provides certain development incentives, including provisions related to residential density, building height, and parking requirements for qualifying affordable housing projects located on property that is already zoned for commercial, industrial, or mixed-use development. The act does not supersede the city's authority to review rezoning applications for consistency with its comprehensive plan or to approve or deny such applications based upon that review. This distinction has been communicated to Mr. Adicula on multiple occasions. The subject property consists of approximately 1.01 acres and is currently developed with an existing office building. The applicant has proposed retaining the existing office structure while rezoning the property to RMU in order to develop the rear portion of the site with more than 25 residential units. In addition to the proposal's inconsistency with the comprehensive plan, staff identified several planning and site design concerns related to the inconsistency of the proposed development. The ability to provide the required number of off-street parking spaces, safe and functional vehicular ingress and egress, compliance with minimum open space and pervious surface requirements, adequate internal site circulation, and compatibility of the proposed development with adjacent properties and the surrounding area. These planning considerations, together with the proposal's inconsistency of the comprehensive plan, formed the basis for staff's recommendation of denial. After considering the evidence and public testimony presented during the required public hearings, both the Planning Commission and the City Council concurred with staff's analysis and denied each of the previous rezoning applications. Wanted to add one more point, and that is that when we review or receive rezoning applications, we look at additional components to that application. The first is whether or not the rezoning is not just beneficial to the applicant or the owner of the property, but whether or not that rezoning will impact or is beneficial to the city. Because if we consider each individual rezoning, we would be rezoning 14,000 properties because they would benefit only the property owner. So it has to fit not just within the plan, but the city's plan. Secondarily, as is compatible with the comprehensive plan, zoning can't be established as a blank check. With each zoning comes a number of uses that can be applied. So with a zoning comes the question, what do you plan to use in that zoning category? So if there is residential development, the residential development concept is evaluated. So with this project, we have gone down several lanes of the project to see about its compatibility and to see whether or not it's feasible. With that, staff recommends that the City Council review the proposed zoning district application and make a motion denying the proposed application.
Do you have any questions from Mr. Cooper? Go ahead. And the mic, Frank.
Stormwater retention. I know we have some pretty stringent rules on stormwater retention. Any kind of development, how would this property impact that?
But it would still follow the same stormwater retention that's available in RMU district. And since it's in RMU or CRA, should it be approved, it would still have to meet the 100-year stormwater event retention.
Right.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
If you would reiterate how many properties would need to be rezoned? I think you mentioned, I don't want to have the number incorrect, but you said you can't just do an individual. You would have to rezone all of the properties that are currently in this proximity. So how many would be affected if we had to change the entire zoning?
No, ma'am. That if I misspoke, I apologize. But
or maybe I misunderstood you.
We wouldn't rezone a number of properties at all. There would not have to be a rezoning. What I was saying, if I'm recalling it right, is that the Planning District 2 only allows for rezoning in that particular area between the northern boundary and Dixie Lane.
Okay, I guess what I needed clarity on, and like I said, maybe I misunderstood you, because you said you could not, if approved, it would not just affect one parcel, it would, the zoning change would have to be for the entire area. So how many, I thought you mentioned more than one property being affected for the zoning change, if approved.
Sure. I don't recall. Sorry.
I think what he was changed the number
Oh,
of
okay,
different
yes.
things that would go in, that could go
Right.
in that zoning.
Yes. So
And I understand
no.
that.
What that means is that if you changed it to redevelopment mixed use, the zoning, there are a number of uses that could be used. For example, there's in C2, there's 26 uses. You can have a department store, a laundromat, so on and so forth. So with this use, RMU, we want to be clear about what the intent of the use is within that zoning. Is it going to be residential? Is it going to be multifamily, single family? Is it going to be retail or something like that? So those would be the distinction that need to be determined on that property.
Okay, all right, thank you.
No problem. Sorry.
That's okay.
Any other questions? Time I open this up to the public. Do you have any cards on this?
I do. I have one from the agent, Praveen Adikula.
Come forward, Dr. Praveen.
All right. Good evening, Mayor and members of the council. My name is Praveen Adikula. I am the applicant and agent for Space Coast Real Estate Trust LLC, the owner of 1029 Florida Avenue. Yes, Mr. Forrester, it's my third time here. I'm back again. So before I get to the application, I want to say something personal. Tonight, I want to talk about the future of our parcel in this great city. As you know, I have been trying to obtain RMU rezoning for nearly 5 years. Regardless of what has happened in the past, I would like to move on and look to the future. I want RMU for its flexibility, the 550 square foot minimum unit size, the reduced setbacks, and the city's own design framework. I believe I understand Director Cooper's point of view, protecting the city from a planner's perspective. And I ask the council to keep in mind that my family and I have been residents of Rockledge for over 31 years. Our history and our relationship with this city have been good ones. We have never had an issue with the city, and I intend to keep it that way going into the future. Tonight, I'm bringing a proposal that I believe addresses the city's concerns and lets us all move forward together. For the record, the applicant hand-delivered a transmittal letter 2020 enclosures this morning to the Community Development Department and to the city clerk, and emailed the complete set to the city early this morning. I respectfully request that those materials be entered into the record of this application, and that the record confirm that zoning 26-0001 and the staff report captioned ZDA-26-03 are one and the same application. I also respectfully request the opportunity to respond to staff's presentation and to any adverse testimony before any motion is entertained. Because this is a quasi-judicial proceeding, I do need to place a few points on the record. My written submissions and exhibits and the written response filed this morning set these out in full, and I rely on them. Tonight, I will only touch on them briefly because I would rather spend my time on the future than on the past. I'm handing the clerk copies of excerpts from enclosure 18 for the record and for the members.
That the same stuff?
No. The parcel is in Planning District 2. The plan's type of land use provision says, and I quote, zoning districts that may be appropriate for this area are due consideration by the city include RMU, C1, C1A, or C2. RMU is the first district the plan names for this corridor. And on this point, the director and I actually agree. On July 7th, on the city's official recording, he told the Planning Commission, quote, Florida Avenue District does allow RMU development. You're absolutely right. And I'm not saying that he can't have RMU. So the question has never really been whether RMU belongs on Florida Avenue. The plan lists it, and the director acknowledges it. The question is how to give the city confidence about what gets built. That is exactly what my proposal tonight is for. The filed exhibits document how the stated reasons have differed from proceeding to proceeding over the past 5 years, and I will let those documents speak for themselves rather than re-argue them tonight. I will mention just one thing because it reflects well on the process when it works. After 2025 hearing, when the questions were raised about certain neighborhood comparisons, Director Cooper set the record straight in writing within days, and I appreciate that he did. The correspondence in this morning's filing as Exhibit 3, Attachment A. This is a familiar path and not a new one. 5 weeks ago, Planning Commission recommended approval of a C2 to RMU rezoning at 513 Barton Boulevard, unanimously in a few minutes. In 2021, the city approved C2 to RMU at 566 Barton Boulevard and at 1505 Coxwell Street, the ECOS project, with the site details handled where the code puts them at site plan review. Those approvals were the process working normally, and I'm not here to question any of them. I'm asking to follow the same path. And with my proposal tonight, I'm offering the city more protection than any of those applications provided. The director's stated concern has been that RMU rezoning without conditions could allow some use other than what I have applied for. I understand that concern, and tonight I want to remove it voluntarily at my own suggestion. I am renewing the idea first proposed by my former agent, former city manager Jim McKnight, a binding agreement in which the uses on this parcel under RMU are limited to the two uses I have applied for, commercial and multifamily residential, and the other RMU uses are given up. I will not be using the 12 feature density bonus, and every site detail, parking, access, circulation, open space, compatibility, remains subject to the city's full site plan review where the code places it. I'm handing the clerk a sample proposal for the record. It's a one-page draft for discussion, subject to review by the city attorney and my counsel. Also, there's a conceptual plan there after it. Here is what I am asking for tonight. Approve this rezoning. The district, the plan itself lists for this corridor, with my commitment on this record to finalize that use limitation agreement with the city attorney under the guidance of counsel on both sides. before the rezoning takes effect. If the council would prefer to see the agreement finalized first, then I respectfully ask for a continuance to allow the city attorney and my council to complete it. A continuance rather than a denial, because the only open item would be paperwork that serves both sides. And if any member believes there is a specific comprehensive plan policy or land development regulation criterion this application does not satisfy, I would welcome hearing it tonight so that I can address it either here at the podium or in the agreement itself. My family has been part of this city for 31 years. I'm asking for the chance to invest in it. Thank you. I'm happy to answer your questions.
Thank you very much. Is there anybody else in the audience like to speak on this rezoning? Seeing none, close the public hearing. City Attorney, do you want to, what he was just asking about right there as far as going to a,
So, yeah, Mayor, let me address a couple things here based on what I've heard. I would offer to you the following. The city, I have been copied on emails where voluminous additional documentation was received eminently mere hours ago, what have you, from the applicant, to the extent that that the record would reflect that those documents have been submitted. It is so. Those documents have been submitted. I would offer to you that whatever records that should be relied upon by you in this public hearing should be those records that have actually been presented and argued to you in that respect. In addition, I think I heard in there a suggestion that the records that were, or the documents that were submitted today, they have changed the application that was made a while ago and has gone through the entire process. Got further suggestion of that with matters proposing an agreement, putting conditions on a rezoning. It is procedurally entirely inappropriate for an application that has been filed and gone through the entire process to be unilaterally changed the day of the hearing. That is not what is before you tonight. The application that's before you tonight is the application that was submitted and processed by staff, went through your planning commission, and was agended for this hearing tonight. So I would suggest to you that that would be the application that's before you tonight for your consideration. Finally, initial thought and advice I would offer to you. I've not had a chance to look at this document that was just handed to me, but with respect to a straight rezoning, which is what is the application is before you tonight, it's not any sort of proposed PD or plan development or anything like this. On straight zoning, it's straight zoning. There's no straight zoning with a whole bunch of other caveats. So I would offer to you that with respect to the thought particularly brought up at the last minute of considering a rezoning together with an agreement that would tie down conditions on that straight rezoning would be inappropriate under Florida planning law and under your land development regulations. So those are some general thoughts to that.
everybody? Really? Good. John Cooper, I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
If the city council does not agree to this rezoning tonight, can he still build apartments on it?
So C2 allows for apartments. It does. The issue still comes up about space and other things because the parking has to be 2 to 1. It has to be more than 2 units because that would be a duplex. It has to be more than 4 units because that would be a quad. So there's other things that have to be worked out in order for it to work, because C2 does allow multifamily under R3 conditions. So yes.
And the reason he's going for RMU because
It's not just density, it's unit size.
It's all
He
of the
wants the
setbacks,
unit size
the
and
parking.
right, which which coincidentally, you have to have the 12 elements in order to get the setbacks, some of the other reductions. And Live Local is not an automatic, it's actually an application process in which it has to be approved. It's locally, it's different, but the funding for Live Local and how to get that act approved is a little different process than just saying, I'm gonna build affordable housing. So some of the items that were repeated of items that I've said in previous meetings were not, were true, but it's not completely what I said. Yes, I did say that RMU is the appropriate zoning for Planning District 2, because Planning District 2 is a large area. It includes Florida Ave and a lot of other areas. So yes, it is an appropriate use. However, the comprehensive plan limits it on Florida Ave to stop at Dixie Lane, which is the whole statement of what I've said. So I appreciate the want to develop the land. I think that that is commendable. It's just not appropriate on this parcel. This parcel does not fit the definition of compatibility, and it doesn't fit our comprehensive plan. The other ones that were mentioned, our plan specifically said that those could be rezoned to RMU. The apartments at Madison, where the old Searstown Mall, the plan specifically says that that parcel could be rezoned to RMU. 513 on Barton, same thing. So the items were correct. It's just not shown in the way that our code and our zoning says it should be.
So to answer my question again, without the zoning, he can still build apartments there.
That's correct.
All right, so any council members have any questions? Go ahead.
Am I correct in thinking zone bigger, they would?
That's absolutely correct.
Yeah. Anybody else have any other questions? And I'm looking to entertain a motion
Mr. Chairman,
from the city council. Go ahead.
move to deny the change of zoning classification from C2 General Commercial District to RMU.
Second.
We have a motion. We have a second.
Mayor, can I get something very quickly from the mover? Is the motion deny for the reasons stated in the staff recommendation?
Yes.
Yes. Very good. Just wanted that clarified for the
I
record. Go
understand. Any other discussion? All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Aye. Opposed. My rationale for that is I believe RMU fits very well in that zoning district. And I think that doctor offices that are there now, it's not going anywhere, not building any more doctor offices because of the hospital moving its location. And medical is pretty much dead on Hart Avenue, in my opinion. Sure.
Okay. So this time, for the rezoning, they requested a lot of stuff from site plan review, which is to be done at site plan review later. All the other, like Ecos was rezoned in 2021, and the site plan was done in like 2025. That's unfair if I'm the only guy in Rockledge who has to do a site plan for rezoning with all these extra stuff. No?
No, I don't think we're looking for a site plan. That would be something, you bring a site, once you get your zoning, then you would bring your site plan, all the negotiations.
Yeah.
The city's gonna sit down and tell you, this is what we want. And you're gonna say, no, this is what I want. There's gonna be negotiation back and forth.
Yeah, but they're requesting the site plan now.
It is a site. We're not questioning.
Didn't you request a site plan?
Usually you don't submit a site plan, Doctor,
Yeah,
the time that you're ready to move forward with your building.
Okay.
You would submit a site plan and get approved by, you'd go through planning department first, and then it would go ahead, John.
If I can, what is being discussed is when we had the previous application with his previous agent. What he suggested was that he submit a binding site plan with the application in order to solidify the application. There is an option with a rezoning to submit a binding site plan. So that was his suggestion. We don't require a site plan with a rezoning. A rezoning is just a rezoning. What I have done with Mr. Adicula is I've talked with him about the site and what would be compatible on that site, but there's no requirement for a site plan. That was done by his previous agent.
Okay, got anything you want to say? Doctor, I think that you need to just move forward with submitting a site plan now and start negotiations with the city. You can build apartments there still. You need to start moving forward with John Cooper, negotiate your own site plan on what you think is going to work for you. Hopefully, the city will tell you what will work for the city. Thank you very much for coming out. Okay, let's move forward here. Council Finance Budget Committee. Recommendation. City Manager.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. If I may, before the council contemplates setting the tentative millage rate, I wanted to update the council in that the Finance and Budget Committee met at 5 o'clock this evening because now the city has received their DR 420 and the numbers have changed slightly. And so after careful consideration, the Finance and Budget Committee is now recommending to council a tentative millage rate of 5.2335 as the city's tentative millage rate. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
And for those of you in the audience to know, we are lowering the millage rate 13th year in a row. Lowered the millage, which is unheard of with any other city. Not saying that we had the highest one, we really don't, but just we're in a good position where.
Mr. Chairman,
Go ahead.
move to approve a tentative millage rate for the fiscal year 2027 at 5.2335 mills. Report said rate to the Brevard County Property Appraiser and to the state of Florida, and direct the city clerk to draft the requisite resolution.
Second.
Can I get a second?
Yes, sir.
Were you whispering?
Am I? Okay, sorry.
We have a motion, we have a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Number 2 recommendation, the addition of 6 full-time employees, 1 police officer, serve as school resource officer at the new day school at Kennedy Middle School, and 3 firefighters who have the minimum staffing due to the ladder truck and 2 stormwater employees.
Mr.
City
Chair.
Manager
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
on this?
I can, Mr. Mayor, but I don't have to. These are essential positions and much needed. As y'all know, the day school will likely open in January. Our ladder truck, we're going to put into service tomorrow night, and that minimum staffing level is 4 instead of 5, so we need 1 per shift, i.e. 3. And then stormwater employees, we only have 3 FTE in storm, and they're working very, very hard. So this will help tremendously. Back to you, Mayor.
You want to tell the audience about that school, what kind of school that is they're building?
Beside Kennedy Middle School, you all have probably seen the construction. It's in essence what they're calling a day school that will have their, I'll say, handicapped, developmentally disabled, young people with disabilities, a variety. No? Special needs? No? Okay.
Disciplinary
Who's
problems.
questioning you?
Attaway.
Disciplinary problems as well.
Please remind me, sir.
Come forward,
I thought it
Chris.
was.
You tell us what the school is.
Because it used to be over in Merritt Island, but go ahead.
Name and address for the record.
Chris Hadaway, 984 West Stone Place, Rockledge, Florida. So that is going to be the students that are being removed from their primary schools like an alternative learning center. So those are no longer going to be stationed at.
That's not the way it was explained to me.
No.
That's not,
Honestly,
it's
in the
not
school
what was
district, that-
presented to us here at council
That's
either,
right.
but it,
It's
the
turning
media
into-
has, it has turned into your students that have been expelled and have severe disciplinary problems, and some are even court-ordered, so.
None of us were
That's-
told that.
Yes, they're
been in
coming
the
from Merritt
headlines.
Island to
Now, Dr. Mark
Rockledge.
Rendell told us that it was
Yep.
for the disabled and mentally challenged and
ma'am.
It's going to be
disabilities
the
people.
kids that,
Interesting. I will research that
Please.
and find out more tomorrow.
thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Chris, for being here.
Both.
Yes. No, the headlines, Florida Today headlines, if I may, Mr. Chair, a couple of weeks ago specifically stated that these are students that have disciplinary problems, that have been expelled, and some are court-ordered. So you're talking juveniles with some records, some criminal, for lack of, I'll stop there, but these are not just physical disabilities.
New to me. We went to the grand opening.
It even taught, yes, where they laid it out and, you know, but even to the extent with the fencing, how high the fencing has to be as a result of, to retain them.
All right, who's going to give me a motion?
Mr. Chair,
Go ahead.
I move to approve the addition of 6 new full-time employees, 1 police officer, 3 firefighters, and 2 stormwater employees.
Second.
We have a motion, we have a second. All those in favor, signify.
Aye.
Opposed. Recommendation, 10% salary increase based rate from $18 to $18.50 per hour to allow city manager to handle any compression issues.
Mr. Chair,
Go ahead.
I yield. Go ahead, Sean.
Let's see, move to approve the salary increase of 10%, increase in base rate from $18 an hour, $18.15. $18 an hour to $8.50. Allow the city manager to handle any.
Second.
We have a motion, we have a second. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, motion carries. 4, recommendation, increase of city council and mayor salary of $50 a month. Council would become $650 a month, and the mayor would make $750 a month.
Mr. Chair,
Go ahead.
I move to approve a salary increase for the city council and mayor by $50 per month. Council would become $650 per month, and the mayor would become.
Second.
We have a motion, we have a second. All those in,
Aye.
Aye.
one opposed. Number 5, recommendation, approval of resolution 2025909 investment policy. That's why your package is thick, folks. Every one of you read every page of that.
Every page.
Line
Mr.
by
Chair.
line.
Pages.
Mr. Chair,
Go ahead.
I move to approve the city investments policy.
Second.
We have a motion?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Recommendation number 6, approval of capital improvement plan and authorization to draft ordinance transmit to state.
Mr. Chair,
Go ahead.
I move to approve the capital improvement plan as presented, to direct the city attorney to draft the requisite.
Second.
We have a motion, we have a second. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Folks in the audience, this is all, we've been talking about all this stuff for 4 months. Not something we learned tonight. It's all been going into detail. It's been at public meetings. All you're seeing tonight is the approval process. Recommendation, approval of changes outlined in the procedure manual.
Mr. Chair.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Offer Resolution 2026-918 entitled Resolution Approving and Adopting the 2026 edition of the Personnel Policies and Procedures Manual of the City of Rockledge, effective October 1st, 2026.
Second.
We have a motion. We have a second. Title only or?
By title only,
Title
I'm
only.
sorry, yes.
Second.
We have a motion. We have a second. All those in favor signify.
Aye.
City Attorney.
Thank you, Mayor. This is resolution number 2026-918, resolution approving and adopting the 2026 edition of the Personnel Policies and Procedures Manual of the City of Rockledge, effective October 1, 2026.
Pleasure to council.
Mr. Chairman,
Go ahead.
move for the adoption of Resolution 2026-918.
Second.
Motion, we have a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Recommendation, approval of fiscal year 27 proposed budget as presented. Now, folks, this started back in April. This all has to be approved and go through 2 readings in September, and it goes until October.
Mr. Chair,
Go ahead.
I move to accept the fiscal year 2027 proposed budget after it's updated with the tentative millage rate and to direct the city attorney to draft the requisite ordinance.
Second.
Motion, we have a second.
Aye.
Opposed? Reappointments and appointments, we have none tonight. Appointment. Approval, Brevard County.
Blythe
It's
Grossman.
Blythe Grossman.
Motion to,
To approve.
open your mic.
I'd like to make the motion to approve Blythe Grossman for the Brevard County School Board Representative for the Planning Commission.
Second.
A motion, we have a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Is this Grossman here? Audience? No? Unfinished business, none. Consent business. Councilwoman.
Mr. Chairman, I move for approval of these consent business items. A, approval, travel authorization, Florida League of Cities Annual and Legislative Conferences and Police Meetings, City Manager. B, approval, extending the interlocal agreement for the surtax of our Save Our Indian River Lagoon Programs, Public Works.
Second.
We have a motion, we have a second. This is consent business. There is no discussion. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. New business, none tonight. Petitions, monstrances, and communications. At this time, is there anybody in the audience like to speak to your Rockledge City Council about anything to do with the city of Rockledge? It's your turn to come forward. You have a card up here?
Yeah.
How many cards you got?
Just the one.
Just one?
Just
Name
me.
and address for the record.
Jamie Pickle, 1827 Oak Drive, South Rockledge, Florida. Let me start by saying thank you very much. We have the great, and I was going to say all this before you told us you were lowering the millage rate. So just for the record, it was long before that. We have the greatest city council. We have the greatest city. We have the greatest city manager. I feel like you today, actually, I've been here twice. I came earlier. I was asked by State Rep Brian Hodgers as he presented a check to the city for a lot of the Indian Lagoon stuff. Correct me if I'm wrong on any of that. My question, though, is there's a couple seats that are coming available, right? Mr. Ferguson, you have announced back in November that you were going to run for city mayor. What does that do to your seat? My apologies.
City attorney?
If you'd like me to answer now, or if he wants to finish his comments and I can comment on all of it or whatever.
No, that's fine. Yeah, if you don't mind.
Sure. So anyone who currently holds an elected office, if they're going to run for another office, they are subject to what's called the resign to run law. It's section 99.012 Florida statutes. And it requires that 10 days, it's a very technical statute, but 10 days before the first day of the qualifying period for the office that someone's going to be running for. In the city starts August 4th. Yeah, 10 days before the first day of the qualifying period, someone who holds office pursuant to that statute has to submit an irrevocable resignation from the office that they're in. That's effective in the future. It's effective at the earlier of when their successor would take office, which is usually not very relevant, or when they would take office if they won. Okay, so it's kind of a technical requirement under the Florida Election Code, but it's an irrevocable resignation that has to be submitted at least 10 days before the first day of the qualifying period. So hope that helps.
That answer your question?
Not really. So would there be a special election at that point, or would we be appointing?
Very good. That's why I was wondering if you had wanted to say the rest of it, because there might be other questions you may have. So the way it works, and I'll just share with you that it's as a result of some relatively recent amendments to that statute, to the Resign to Run law, that it used to be the case that there were opportunities when there was a resignation to run for another office that would create a vacancy that could be filled at that same election. All right. Unfortunately, there was, for efficiency's sake, the law was amended back in 2021, I believe, somewhere in the last number of years that changed that. The end result ends up being then that if someone at a municipal level, just as an example, resigns to run, and when they resign to run, it does not create a vacancy to be filled until the vacancy becomes effective. So in this instance, if these things were to come to pass, it would be on the date that someone running for that office would take office if elected. All right. So there would be no election in such a circumstance running concurrently with that same election. The office would be filled pursuant to the City of Rockledge Charter after the vacancy becomes effective.
Appointed.
In this instance, in November.
And at that point, it would be appointed by the sitting city council.
Pursuant to the Rockledge City Charter, those things were to come to be, it would be vacancy would be filled by the city council for a limited period of time until the next intervening city election.
Got it.
So it would be appointment for just a short period of time. Well, it'd be appointment for a one-year election cycle, and then when the next election comes around, there would be an election to fill the balance of the vacancy.
Got it. And I appreciate you explaining all of that. So I started out by saying we have the greatest city, the greatest city council. We also have the greatest first responders, the greatest police chief ever, right?
Would you go to high school with him, right?
And his father-in-law lives across the street from me.
Oh, okay.
Here's what else we have: the greatest citizens, though. I have the greatest family. I was reminded by my wife's aunt that she is missing Jeopardy to be here. And then my father reminded me he's missing dinner to be here also. My point is, we have a lot of educated citizens within the city of Rockledge and within my own family. We have doctors, we have lawyers, general contractors, first responders, master's degrees, future voters, college kids that are here to vote, and then of course the two beautiful future voters right in the front. That is Councilman Cador's adopted niece, I think is what he called her. So the whole reason behind all of this, lighten up the mood a little bit, but also to say that the citizens of Rockledge, they want to vote on if that seat becomes available. I understand that pursuant to Florida statute, but we would like to see that get changed at a later date if possible. We believe that we should have our voice heard, or maybe we just run for some of the open seats. So that's all I got. Thank you very much.
Very cool. Anybody else like to speak to? Boy, them girls are excited, them little girls. Anybody else in the audience like to speak to their city council about anything to do with the city of Rockledge? It's your turn to come forward. Seeing none, let's move on. Reports. City manager.
Hey, thanks, Mayor. Two things tonight. I want to extend a sincere thanks to the city council on behalf of our employees. As the mayor said, we've been working on this budget for 4 to 5 months, and I just can't thank you all enough for all of your support in approving things as you have this evening. It enables us to do a lot of good things for our residents. And if the audience doesn't know, this council is a very employee-friendly council, and we try to be what we call a destination employer, where folks in this business want to come to Rockledge to work, and we get to retain our employees here instead of being a revolving door, training them and they go somewhere else. So a great thanks to this council. Appreciate y'all's support on all of the budget. Also, tomorrow night, we have a very exciting event taking place. Friendly reminder for council, but for those of you in the audience, if you're available, tomorrow night at 5:30 p.m. at Fire Station 35, which is on US 1, we will be hosting what's called a push-in ceremony. That's the traditional ceremony whereby a new fire engine gets put in service. Please join us. The city, thanks to council, has purchased its first ladder truck. And so we will push that vehicle into service. So come and join us, see the beautiful ladder truck that the city has. And I turn it back to you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you.
You were quick tonight. Reports from the dais. City Clerk.
Thank you. So I just want to add one additional event because it will happen before our next council meeting. So the Pack to the Future, the Back to School Supply Drive, is August 7th from 4 to 7 p.m.
The attorney.
I have nothing to report. Have a good night.
Desk.
Just a couple things. I attended, of course, the July 4th picnic. In the audience, if you have not attended a July 4th picnic in Rockledge, do yourself a favor and come out next year. Put it on your calendar right now. It's always a great event from 10 to 2 at McClarty Park, and a good time was had by everyone that was there. That evening, we finished in Cocoa Village with the fireworks. Although they were slightly delayed to Mother Nature, they still went off at the end of the day. We also had a 9/11 remembrance ceremony meeting. We're coming close to finishing up everything for that. And I'll announce that as well, since some of you may not have seen that yet or seen the announcement. We do a remembrance ceremony for 9/11. We will do it this year on Thursday evening at 6 p.m. right here in the council chambers at 6 p.m. and September 10th. That's the day before 9/11, and we're doing it inside this year because we didn't want to do it the Saturday after 9/11, and we compete with too many other venues if we do it on the day of. So we've decided to move it to Thursday. I'm a little queasy about that, so I'm hoping the residents don't let me down and come out and do that and make this a great event for 9/11 on September 10th. Thank you. I yield.
Councilwoman Martin.
Thank you, Mayor. First of all, we certainly want to acknowledge all of our residents, and it's good to see you, Jamie. I know Jamie from UPS, the best employer, because I am reaping the pension and the benefits. So we've known each other a long time. Good to see you and family. Just thank you guys for taking your time out and attending our meeting this evening. On Monday, I think it was, I attended the Space Coast TPO meeting in Frank's absence, and I'll tell you, I think I need a tutorial just to attend that meeting. And I'm going to pass all of this good information down to him and the city manager. But that is a good meeting to attend, sit in on, and just learn about what's going on across the county, all of the various projects, and then where our projects are on the list. I think we'll be either in a nursing home or deceased by the time some of our projects get approved. But that was a very learning experience for me.
First one you?
No, I've attended a couple. The last one I attended was a workshop, and it was a foreign language as well. I mean, you really have to stay abreast to understand what all is going on there. So, Frank, it's a course within itself.
Frank likes reading.
Obviously, anyway, the other thing, just briefly, several of us attended the Space Coast League of Cities meeting on Monday as well, so that was a pretty long day for me. And I wanted to acknowledge staff, Dr. Fetro, the Budget Committee, for all of your work on the budget, and that's it. Thank you, Mayor.
Woman Connor.
Great, it's great to see so many faces in the audience joining us for this exciting meeting. And yeah, I enjoyed the pic and fireworks. Got a little soggy shoes, but we made it through. And I attended the League of Cities meeting. Informative. That's it, I guess I yield.
And Ferguson.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor. Thank you, Mr. Nicole, all of you. This evening is great to see faces, new faces, council. And I agree with you, the city be in Bavaria. I had the opportunity, Mr. in the Florida League of Mayors, our city last week. Had the opportunity to excuse me, sir, at Frank Forrester Building, or Recreation Facility. You stand to be corrected. Specifically at the Frank Forrester Recreational Center. Wonderful, had the opportunity to at least 50 plus mayors from across the state of Florida, having the opportunity to not only greet them, but talk about impressed with that building and also impressed with our city. The committee had never been of Rockledge, so thank you again for that opportunity. Also want to say congrats to Dr. Brenda Fetro, Dr. Mike Cador, and myself. Again, we received the Home Rule Hero Award on Monday night. Dr. Brenda, this is probably her 6th or 7th time. And 8th time, oh, excuse me, stand corrected once again. Her 8th time to receive this in the past 10 years, since she's been here 10 years. Again, very impressive. For those that don't know, that award is given to those that do a lot of advocating with our elected officials here in, those that are assigned to Tallahassee, meeting with our senators, meeting with our House of Representatives. This is not the only thing that we, of course, as city council members, we have the opportunity to sit with our officials from this local area to advocate on behalf of citizens, making sure that they're hearing us in Tallahassee. And that is a very big deal. And Dr. Brenda done that consistently. Been here 10 years. Myself and Dr. Michael Cador received that award. It's a lot of work, but it's fulfilling to see that the city of Rockledge is the city that it is because of advocacy work that's done by you. Thank you, sir.
Deputy Mayor.
I think some of those elected officials in Tallahassee, they hear us better. The 4th of July picnic was great again. If you haven't been, put it on your calendar. It costs $1, whole $1. You get a hamburger, chips, you drink for $1. Events for the kids.
That is something, by the way. With not taxpayer money.
Taxpayer money. Mayor goes out and stands on the street corner with a hat and collects money to pay for the hot dogs.
Pretty much.
But, and the fireworks are good as always. That's all I'm gonna try and get.
I have a go back, Mr. Chair. I'm sorry. I did want to, if I may, commend or recognize Dr. Councilman Pastor Sean Ferguson for 25 years of service to this community. Again, as he mentioned, we all are wearing multiple hats, and that is certainly commendable that he has served not just the church, Faith Temple Christian Center, but our community. He also serves as chaplain for public safety. So we appreciate your servitude there. And the other thing, if I can, for the record, ask that staff please look into the day school at Kennedy and bring us back that information. Because I did see in Florida Today headlines where it specifically specified what that school function is going to be. In the community, there's been a lot of dialogue on Facebook with displeasure, although we have no jurisdiction over the school board, but it's still good to know what's in our, what's coming to our community. Thank you. Well, you said I talked too soft, so then when I go too close, then, okay, sorry.
right. Our next meeting is a budget workshop, August the 5th, which is our next meeting. It's not a regular city council. And I will not be present, neither will the deputy mayor be present. Rest of you have to come. All right?
And is it 5:30? Or you'll let us?
Is it different?
Is it 6? You'll let us know.
I will let y'all know. I think it's at 6, but I will let y'all know for sure. It used to be.
Previously, we've had them at 5:30.
It used to be, I think it's 6.
Okay.
But I'll make sure, I'll confirm with y'all.
Okay, if there's nothing else before this council, I adjourn at 7:20 PM.